everybody. Welcome to Love Talk. Today we have IYAH SYTE with us. It's a pleasure. Singer, songwriter, and overall reggae musician. How are you, IYAH SYTE?
I'm good. I'm good. Give thanks. Thanks for having me. Much love to the fans. Give thanks.
You're welcome. How did you get the name IYAH SYTE?
Okay. Well, when I just started out in music, like most people, we started out doing more hardcore stuff. And I used to go by the name of Lazer. But
Okay.
then in 97, I become a father. I become a dad. And that changed the music. And while I was still using the name Lazer, a couple of years after, the person that I was with at the time, and after she listened to some of the songs, she was like, Lazer does not give your songs justice. She said, my insight to the music was much more than the name was suggesting. So I picked up on the insight. So I keep the Aya, but I didn't want the site just to be the regular site. So I spell mine SYTE, and it means saving youth through entertainment. So it's an acronym, and for me, it's a mission statement,
Saving youth through entertainment.
Through entertainment, yes.
That's
SYTE.
wonderful. All right. So when you say saving youth through entertainment, how are you going about that? Is that through the message and music? Do you have any other programs or charities? How do you do it?
All right. The music is like the base. I do only positive music, but not only just through music, I also live a life that exemplify the type of music that I sing. So IYAH SYTE is not one to be in a lot of controversies. Basically I live a life where youths and elders, I would say maybe 95% of people who I come in contact with have some high regards for IYAH SYTE. So while music is the base, I still, in very short order, will be launching the SYTE Foundation, and that would be a charitable event. And my main focus will be on the youths. The families will get help by extension, but my main focus will be on youths. So whereas, if I can assist with school supplies, I'm going to do that. If I can assist with someone exiting school and wants to further their education, and I get a chance, I will do that. If it's a youth that just wanted to change life and wanted to start a little business, I'm up for that. There will also be what I tend to call IYAH SYTE Book of Quotes, where book of quotes.
Okay, yes.
Like normal quotes, but I tend that I have scripted myself, but there are a lot of message in those quotes. There are a lot of positive stuff to be coming out of that. So while music is the base, yes, it will extend into my charity foundation and into my books. And I'm up for public speeches and stuff like that. I'm up for tutoring, anything like that. I'm good.
All right. So to get a hold of the artist himself, you started out hearing music in 2006, is that right?
Well, I wouldn't say release. I complete my first album in 2006. That album was called State of Emergency, but with not a lot of experience in the business and not having a team behind me, that album wasn't actually released. I started doing music way back in 93, and it took, while I used to do music going to school, and we used to do it for fun, but I lost my mom in 93. Now, my mom and my dad back then were my closest friend and confidant. And my dad was overseas, and I just lost my mom. So I found comfort in music. So I started taking music seriously since 93. After a few years, and I was, for a lack of a better word, I want to say a single dad. And I just could not balance music, 9 to 5, and being a full-time parent. So I put music on the back burner for a while. So after 2006, and music was just sitting there for me. I never stopped writing. I never stopped making new songs and making contacts. I just wasn't active on the forefront. But yeah, 2006, the album was completed, just wasn't released.
Um, that's very commendable, and it's very insightful and inspirational that you chose to put your career aside to raise your family. Condolences on the loss of your mother. I know it was a while ago, but still. How did you then cope? What did you do to keep your spirits up and to keep yourself writing during those times?
Music. I listen to music and I write. When you listen to IYAH SYTE music, you're actually getting a piece of IYAH SYTE. I don't sing stuff that I don't believe. And just like how sometimes you learn from other people's mistakes, you are inspired by other people's stories just the same. So I've always I've always making new songs. Whatever situations that I'm going through, it's always been music for me. It's either I'm listening music or I'm writing music, inspirational music. So I have a very, very close relationship with music through every situation.
Okay. So then you identified earlier on in this interview that um, around 2006 you didn't have a team, and you know you need a team. You've kind of identified the stuff that you need to push forward in music since then. How did you go about that time of you not releasing music? It could have been a bit therapeutic because you now have a catalog of music that you've written. How did you go about then finding your team?
All right. IYAH SYTE, I'm a very what I want to say now. IYAH SYTE, I don't have second thoughts. I've always known that music was for me. I've always believed that I'm gonna make it through music. It's just a matter of when the Most High is ready, because I know that when the Most High believe, say it's your time, team or no team, you will be going out. And I was confident that He would put a team in place for me in the right time. Now, fast forward until I record in 2016, I record in 2018. I was always recording, not professionally, but to keep practice, so to speak. But in 2019, now I'm in many groups on WhatsApp. I don't normally share in group extensively like how some people do. But one evening, it just dawned on me that just share your video in a particular group. And I just went to YouTube and shared the video. And it just so happened that 24/7 production watched the video and responded within maybe 3 minutes. And he was all the way in the States. I was in Jamaica. It's not like we have met before. And honestly, that is where the team started. He loved what he saw, and he posted back in the group that he would love to get this artist on his rhythm. And I responded, and that is how it begins. So I think it's
That I think that's nice, and I think the fact that somebody abroad was able to pick up on you on your talent, which brings me to, it makes me up. You have such a catalog of collaborations with other artists. Why is it that it took for somebody in America to pick up on your sound and create your team?
um sadly, Empress, my country right now is in a state that I'm not pleased. I'm sure you know picked up on stuff on the news, and while I'm not wholeheartedly blaming music, the fact is when it comes to music, Jamaicans gravitate to a certain form of music. The type of music that I do, which is more message music, more cultural music, seems to dawn more on people overseas than it does here, because I'm not singing about guns. I'm not singing anything derogatory. So I might not get the highlight here because that is what, music supporters here in Jamaica glorify, to be honest. Or is it what the gatekeepers in music dished out to the public? So even now, to date, I'm just a regular person in my community. There are places overseas where I'm not. So my message is reaching the ears of those who wants to hear positive music. So be it overseas or here, I do have fans here, people who look up to me, really. But when it comes to Radioland and being a massive hit on the radio, no, IYAH SYTE is more of a underground, respected artist.
Okay. Well, in saying that, you have a lot of cultural artists in Jamaica. I mean, from back in the day. All right, if you want to pick up name right now, that we just had the birthday of Garnet Silk, and even we have some young artists coming up now. Do you believe that the poverty and the hunger in certain ghetto states in Jamaica or ghetto parts of Jamaica are causing the lyrics to come out into music the way they do?
Definitely. When music bring life, when put it this way, when life inspires music, you will get that because you're growing up in a certain type of situations. You have seen things, and those are the stuff that are going to be instilled in you. The problem is when that type of music started to influence life, that's when the turnaround begin, because normally you grew up in the ghetto. You are one youth. You are around guns. You are around violence. And you see that. But then you becomes an artist. Now your voice is multiplied a million folds. So what you saw back then, and you bring forth in music, if you continue down that path, you are directly influencing millions down the same path. And I think that, yes, the ghetto lifestyle has a lot to do with music, just as how music has a lot to do with the ghetto lifestyle. Because to me, ghetto is not a place where you live, it's a state of mind. So yeah, I definitely feel that point.
And just to show the audience your portfolio, let's go through some of the collaborations.
Okay, all right. The biggest one I think you have out there is with the Warning remix with none other than Beenie Man himself. Right. I don't think it gets much bigger than that in dancehall music here. And it was a pleasure. It was an honor for me to have Beenie Man love my song enough to share, to lend his voice. Loot and Fire almost never counts. Now, Loot and Fire is one of those artists who his music brought me through some difficult stages in life. So for me to be on the same song with Loot and Fire, even much so sharing the stage with Loot and Fire, was a big, big deal for me. There's also Anthony B, which I could speak of him in the same breath as I speak of with Loot and Fire. So it was an honor for me to be on the collabs. There are artists like Not Righteous, yeah. I'm our Shepherd, who are we are not just a group. Yeah, we are called KRISIS, but we are more than a group. We are a band of brothers that has the same passion for music. So for me, doing collabs with my brothers who share the same dream, who share the same passion for music and want to bring forth some good music to the people, it's a joy for me, and just an hint, My album is coming up shortly, and there will be more collabs, international collabs, coming up on the album, you know, from as far away from the motherland. So you can look out for that. So there are more big collabs in the making for IYAH SYTE.
I was coming to the group KRISIS, but I did want to make sure that I captured your history.
Yes.
So with the group KRISIS now, you have the song out, Chalice, is that right?
Yes, we have Chalice out, and doing really, really well. And there is something else coming for the ladies. I think you might have had that one. But KRISIS, the name KRISIS is actually KR for Not Righteous, IS for IYAH SYTE, and IS for I'm Shepherd. Now, um, when I started to record for 24/7s, uh, and he told me of his plans to bring more artists on the rhythm. You know, I bring Natch to record on the rhythm, and I also bring Imar Shepherd on the rhythm. They didn't know they didn't knew each other before then, but they were mutual friends of mine. But after we went to the studio, I think the engineer at the studio, much love to Smart Kid, I think he was the one that suggested that the producer record a song with all three of us because he said that he loved the vibes. And it was there for a few weeks until we got serious. And I spoke to 24/7s and I said, you know, I think we should do this and tell him about the name because I'm good with words, I might say. So I came up with the name and he loved it and just went to the studio, dropped the Chalice, and that song is really, really doing great things for us over there in Europe.
Okay. I want you to promote whatever you need to promote right now. So what we've spoken of Chalice. What else is it that you want to promote today? What do you want to benefit from this interview?
Okay, all right. First up, in a few days' time, you will be getting the second track from the KRISIS, and that track is called Finally Found. It's a beautiful song. It's something different, something for the ladies. Now, we did that song because we wanted to highlight the ladies that are hardworking and normal ladies who are never being praised enough because they don't get naked and they don't do derogatory stuff. So we wanted to do something special for the empresses. So that is where that song came from. So that will be out on all platforms on April 16th. It's a 24/7 production. And I myself will be dropping a single also for the ladies, and it is called When You Love. That will be coming out on April 30th, and that is produced by Miss Kambusta, Seven Figures Production. My album is also in, it has been completed. We're just putting the finishing touches together as far as the business side goes for the album. The album will be entitled The Soul Journey. And that will be coming either late May or early June, just depending on which date the team decide that it's best to drop the album. So for right now, my fans can look out for new singles. I think I have no less than about 6 videos to be unleashed between now and the summer. And so look out for the visuals, look out for the singles, look out for the album, you know, and just look out for more great stuff from IYAH SYTE, you know.
All right. So I have I like to ask people if you could speak to or be mentored by anybody you choose, who would it be?
Peter Tosh, because he is my favorite artist of all time. He is maybe not as big as Bob, his brother in music, but to me, Peter Tosh is a person who does not put up with foolishness. He lets his opinion knows. He's a rebel, so to speak. And while IYAH SYTE have a quiet persona on stage, I'm a rebel. That's where I'm most comfortable. That's where my voice is most powerful, I think. So if I was to be mentored by someone, I think it would be the great Peter Tosh.
Yeah, that's nice. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask you now before I move on. IYAH SYTE, what is your message that you are sending to the world?
All right. My message is just for people to appreciate the good things in life. And you know what? They're all free. Appreciate life itself, appreciate love, appreciate loved ones, appreciate friendship. I think COVID might have taught a lot of person some lessons that was needed. And I think after this situation passes, a lot of person's life will look at life in a different state. Material things is not all. So I just want to tell people, just be grateful for small blessings. Appreciate each other more. I can't emphasize that enough. And it's nice to be important, but it's even more important to be nice. So just be kind, be loving to each other. That would be my message to the world.
Thank you. All right. So you have a chance now to address your audience. Big up who you are and big up the free time.
All right. First up, I must say maximum respect, highest praise to Kevin Hill and the 24/7's team who started this journey for IYAH SYTE. Big respect to Miss Kambusa and her Seven Figures production who has joined the team and is doing just as much as 24/7 is willing to do, which is to make sure that IYAH SYTE is out there to the world and my voice is heard. My brothers, Not Righteous, I'm our Shepherd, all the artists on the 24/7's label, um, Uncle Wall, Smart Kids, Bad Keys, Richard the cameraman, they all believe in IYAH SYTE. And for years, that was all that IYAH SYTE needed, just someone to believe in my craft and believe in my career. My fans, much, much respect. I cannot say thank you enough for this love and expression of appreciation that you all have shown for IYAH SYTE. Empress, like you yourself, who take time out to share your platform with IYAH SYTE so I can reach your audience and help in assisting to spread the message. I want to say thank you to everyone, all the disc jocks. And I've always said, everyone who is associated with the growth of IYAH SYTE career, I promise, I'm going to make you guys proud, not only through music, but through my other mediums that I intend to use. So I just want to say, give thanks to everyone who have supported me and just much love. Just continue to look out for some more great music from IYAH SYTE.
All right. Can I ask you to sing a little melody for us before we go?
I'm going to touch the song When You Love that will be released on April 30th. It says, whoa, how, whoa, how, whoa, how. I did not know that one could feel so much joy when you love. I did not know that one could feel so much for one kisses and one hug. Oh girl, I did not know that one could feel so much joy when you love. I did not know that one could feel so much for one kisses and hugs. Now after many years, now me say here we go again. This time I am hoping we'll be more than just a friend. I reach out to the Most High, ask him to send a gem. You is what the Most High recommend. Sorry that I had you waiting oh so many times. I didn't stop to come and read between the lines. Girl, you're so precious and so kind. Specially designed, inspire me if it scribble them a line. I did not know that one could feel so much joy when you love. Yes, man, that's the next big single coming from IYAH SYTE.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, and I wish you all the best with your endeavors. All right.
I give thanks, Empress. More love, more life and blessings to the fans, you know.
More love. Bless up. Thank you.
All right.
If you would like to promote your music on Love Radio, please find us at www.luvradio.co.uk or email your MP3 to contact@luvradio.co.uk.